नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Let's start with Dhyana Sloka. क्षीरोदन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमनिविलसत्सैकते मौक्तिकानां मालाक्लुप्तासनस्थः स्फटिकमणिनिभैः मौक्तिकैः मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरधभ्रैः उपरि विरचितैः मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीनः पुनीयात् हरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः. Seated in the ocean of milk, with beaches sparkling with diamonds, on the grand seat bedecked with strings of pearls, limbs decorated with dazzlingly white ornaments, sparkling streams of ambrosia emanating from white clouds, sporting in his hands conch, discus, mace, and lotus. May Lord Mahavishnu purify us. The ocean of milk, the beaches with sparkling diamonds, the grand seat bedecked with string of pearls, the dazzlingly white ornaments decorating the Lord's limbs. All these highlight his pure sattvic nirakara swarupa. Sparkling streams of ambrosia denote the Lord's unending grace and benevolence. By meditating on his conch, discus, mace, and lotus, we can gradually get rid of our impurities associated with Rajo and Tamo gunas, and we also attain sattvic nature. The Vishnu Sahasranaama slides and the video is based entirely upon the great book Vishnu Sahasranama by Swami Chinmayananda of Chinmaya Mission, and a book in Telugu of the same name, Vishnu Sahasranamamu, by Swami Sundara Chaitanya of Hyderabad. Actually, I have borrowed very liberally from these two books in preparing these slides. Nothing is original as far as I am concerned. There's hardly any creativity. I have just copied and pasted more or less what has been available. Swami Sundar Chaitanya, in his book Vishnu Sahasranama, which has been displayed in the previous slide, has beautifully brought out that Vishnu Sahasranama is a large ocean of nectar of wisdom. This holy sutra constitutes a superb spiritual literature in which are hidden a thousand pearls of wisdom. The Lord Mahavishnu is embodiment of love. Every name of his is replete with sweet divine love. Actually, the divinity and the divine name are identical. The Nama is a safe boat which transports us to the Nami. Each of the thousand names is like a beautiful path to his divine abode. Swami Sundar Chaitanya has also explained that these thousand names are neither isolated names nor are they susceptible to disintegration, but these names are united in one unbroken, beautiful, divine garland. Considering this, Swamiji, the subtitle of this book is Nama Ratna Malika. To the extent possible at my level, I have tried to bring out the interrelation between each name with the following name. The video has been prepared. So far, I have been preparing small videos of about a 1 minute duration, and along with the 1 minute video, I've been posting to my friends the detailed meanings of that in a PDF format. Now, this effort is to combine the two together in a two video. What all I am going to speak is more or less at a pace which will be convenient for the person viewing the video to read along with me. So basically, I am reading out the text which is available to you also, but at the same time also making some comments here and there. So this is not exactly a provision. It is more like reading together the Vishnu Sahasranaama, chanting together the Vishnu Sahasranaama, and also going into the meanings which have been basically derived from the book of Swami Chinmayananda and Swami Sundar Chaitanya. Now, let us start today with the very first verse of Vishnu Sahasranaama, Stotram. ॐ विश्वं विष्णुर्वषट्कारः भूतभव्यभवत्प्रभुः भूतत्कृत् भूतद्भृद्भावः भूतात्मा भूतभावनः. The first verse has 9 names. Actually, the number of names in each verse varies. On an average, I think it is around 8. Maybe sometimes it is 9, 10. There are few verses where the number of names are even 11 and 12. Of course, there are verses where the number of names will be 7. It all depends upon the length of the individual names. But overall verse, this is called Anushtup Chandas, in which 2 lines, each line of 16 Sanskrit letters. In all, there are 32 letters. Actually, each verse can be broken up into 4 parts, each part of 8 letters. For example, a very long name, longest name is 8 letters. Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. Whereas the other names will be shorter depending on the length of the individual names. The number of names in a particular verse will vary from verse to verse. Now, the same verse, if you try to read slowly, this is this will be convenient for those who are not very familiar with Sanskrit. Om Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkarah Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu Bhutatkrut Bhutadbhavaha Bhutatma Bhutabhavanaha. Now, each of these names can be read like a Namavali, prefixing with Om and suffixing with Namaha, a salutation. Om Vishwasmai Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Vashatkaraya Namaha, Om Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhave Namaha, Om Bhutakrute Namaha, Om Bhutabhrute Namaha, Om Bhavaya Namaha, Om Bhutatmane Namaha, Om Bhutabhavanaya Namaha. Now we can start a study of each individual name. Vishnu Sahasranama has the very first 2 names are perhaps the most popular and most meaningful. Vishwam and Vishnuhu. These are interrelated. Vishwam represents the universe, the creation, and Vishnuhu represents the creator, the Mahavishnu. So actually these are not, they are one and the same. The creator is in the creation. Creation is nothing but one aspect of the Supreme Creator. Vishwam. The root of this word Vishwam is wish, that is to enter. Vishwam is one in which the Creator has entered. So it is all pervading. He pervades in the entire universe. Supreme is the cause, Karana Swarupa. The universe is the effect, Karya Swarupa. The two are not different from each other. If the effect is nothing other than the cause, there can be no world other than him. All that we see around us is therefore the same Supreme. The essence of the Supreme can be seen if we see with our mental eye everywhere in the universe. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 29 says, Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Sarvabhutani cha Atmani Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. A person can see the universe as the Mahavishnu. They can see the creation as a creator. But for this, we need a sort of a divine eye. The yogi, united with the self, having a universal even perspective, he is able to see the same supreme self in all the beings and all the beings in the self. Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Sarvabhutani ta Atmani Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. Now, the second name is Vishnu. Vishnu is one who has manifested as the whole universe. He is the cause of the universe. The cause is always present in the universe is thus nothing but his expression only. Universe is nothing other than same supreme being. Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. All this is indwelt, is pervaded by the same Paramatma. This is again Upanishad says, Yatcha kinchit jagat sarvam drishyate suyate piva antarbahishcha tatsarvam vyapya narayanastitaha. Whatever we see, we are able to. Yatcha kinchit jagat sarvam, entire universe. Drishyate suyate piva. Whatever we are able to see, whatever we hear, antar bahischa tatsarvam, both within and without. Vyapya Narayana Stitaha. The same Supreme Narayana is pervading the entire universe, both inside and outside. But in order to perceive the entire creation as Mahavishnu, the creator, we have to give up. We have to overcome. We have to outgrow our ahankara, that is the feeling of I, ego. If we are able to give up this, only then we'll be able to perceive the entire universe. We'll be able to see everywhere the same Paramatma. For this, symbolically, we have to burn it. We have to offer as an ahuti in a yajna. It is again a symbolic, poetic way of telling that we overcome our ego and ahankara. So the third name is Vashatkara. Vashatkara immediately brings to mind a yajna, a sacrifice. Because Mahavishnu is again identified with a sacrifice. Yagno vai Vishnuhu. Yagna itself is Vishnu. This is declared in the Upanishads. Actually, yagna has a very specific meaning. Yagna, we are not talking of the physical yagna, where uh, physical substances are offered into a literal fire. No, we are not talking of that. Yagna, as understood, as defined in Bhagavad Gita, is any sacrifice, any collective activity where we sublimate our individual egos and work for a common benefit without any particular self interest. Whatever we do is only for a common good. So, this is service. Service to humanity is service to God. This is what he said. No, Vashatkara is used because Vashatkara is Vashat is a mantra which is chanted when oblations are poured into the yagna in the fire. When anything is offered into the fire as an ahuti, we call it oblation. A mantra is chanted. The mantra always ends with Vashat. So Vashatkara is one of the names of Mahavishnu because he himself is identified closely with the yagna. So Yagna, but here the next name we can see the next name is Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. It says because Yagna, we are talking Yagna. Yagna is a specific event. It commences and concludes in a time frame. But Mahavishnu, who is equated with Yagna, is not like this. He is beyond the concept of time. The immediately following name, the fourth name, is says he is the Lord of the past, the present, and also future. Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. Okay. So time is a concept of human intellect expressed as an interval between two experiences or events. The Supreme has been in existence even before creation, even before the very first event. So Mahavishnu is not conditioned by time. Now, Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita says, I cannot understand. Only you yourself can understand yourself. O Purushottama, you alone know yourself by yourself. In saying this one simple sentence, you see how beautifully he says, O source of beings, Bhuta Bhavana, O Lord of beings, Bhutesha, O God of gods, O Deva, O ruler of the world, Jagatpate, O Purushottama, you alone know yourself by yourself. Swayam eva atmanam, swayameva atmanatmanam, vettattvam purushottama, bhuta bhavana bhutesha, deva deva jagatpate. Verse 15, chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Next verse is Bhutakrit, evolver of beings. Bhutakrut has two meanings. It can mean one who creates or one who dissolves. Bhutani karoti iti bhutani krindati also iti bhutakrut. In both the cases, the Supreme is one reality. It functions through Rajoguna as a creator, through Tamoguna as a destroyer. Actually, all these three are aspects of one integral cosmic cycle which keeps on repeating again and again, creation, sustenance, and dissolutions. So we have the Trinity symbolically. The Supreme Brahman is shown as three aspects, as three different deities: Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha, Brahma, Vishnu, and Paramasiva. Each, each three of them relate is associated with creation, sustenance, and dissolution. But by no means these three divinities are different. They are only three aspects of the same Paramatma. So, being the creator of all the beings, he is the creator, but he does not stop with creation. He also sustains the universe That is Bhuta Brit, sustainer of beings. He is the light in the sun. He is the fertility in the earth, growth in the plants, nourishment in the food, heat in fire. Finally, he becomes the eater. He is also the enjoyer, bhokta, and presides over all the functions of the body, mind, intellect. This entire process is again beautifully brought out in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, Purushottama Yoga, in verses 12 and 13. The 12th verse says, Yat Adityagajam Tejaha Jagat Bhasayate Akhilam Yat Chandramasi Yat Cha Agno Tat Tejaha Vidhi Mamakam. The light residing in the sun, which illumines the entire world, the light which is in the moon and in the fire, know that light to be mine, is what Krishna declares. Next verse he says, Gama Vishyata Bhutani Dharayami Ojasa Pushnami Cha Aushadhi Sarvaha Somaha Bhutva Rasatmakaha. Now, permeating the earth as sun, he has given the sunlight, because of which we have the rains, because of which cultivation is possible, because of which the beings are able to survive with the food generated from the mother earth. Now, apart from that, he helps the process of agriculture. He helps the growth of plants by permeating the earth. I support the beings by energy, and having become the juicy moon, I nourish all the plants. As we know, agriculture is closely associated with moon. Moon is the presiding deity. Again, both are breath. We can continue. He also says not only that, he first helps the beings by rains, by grain sprouting, and then it helps us to eat. But having eaten that, whatever we intake as food, that should be digested, converted to energy, and we should be able to survive. That process also, the same Paramatma is helping us. It comes out in next verse, verse 14 of again chapter 15. अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहम् आश्रितः प्राण अपान समायुक्तः प्राणापान समायुक्तः पचाम पचामि अन्नं चतुर्विधम् पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापान samayuktaha pachamyannam chaturvidam. Abiding in the body of living beings, having become fire, Vaishvanara, united with inhalation, prana, exhalation, apana, I digest the fourfold food. That the supreme reality, same reality, functions as the creator, sustainer, and destroyer. But how does he exactly sustain all the beings? He does so by himself being the absolute existence, bhavaha, existence. He himself becomes bhavati. He becomes living as well as non-living beings. He also becomes mobile and immovable things in the universe, both the beings and things, mobile, immobile. Everything is his. The creation by its very nature. Now we are going to the next name. The creation by its very nature is Kshara, impermanent. What about the supreme creator? Is he also Kshara? No, not so. The creator who resides all the beings, Akshara, Bhutatma. He resides in all the beings. He is Atman in every being. He is the Be in all beings, just like the universal space in all containers. The same universal space appears differently as different room. Maybe we call one portion as a drawing room, one as a bedroom, one as a kitchen. But these are only separated by physical temporary walls. Once you take away the walls, the entire universe becomes one single space. Same one reality appears as if they are different beings because the same Atman is residing there. The universal soul is called the Parabrahman or the Super Atman. Eko Vashi Sarva Bhutantaratma Rupam Rupam Pratirupo Bhaschya. One enchanting truth reveals in every form manifesting in plurality. The Supreme, as Bhutatma, maintains the cosmic cycle as generator of beings. Same Bhutatma, Bhutabhavanaha. He becomes the generator of beings, one who creates and multiplies in all the beings, Jagat Pita. So we worship the Paramatma, Jagan Mata, Jagat Pita. He is the cause for the birth. He is responsible for the growth of all living beings. Again, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, verse 15, declares स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानं वेत्तत्वं पुरुषोत्तमा भूतभावन भूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते. This already we have seen in a previous verse. Arjuna tells Krishna, you alone know yourself by yourself. That is why you are called Jagat Pita. Now we have come to end of first verse. There are nine names. We have seen this. And now let us conclude with one Shanti Sloka. Om Purnamataha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. That supreme is infinite. This conditioned Brahman, Jiva, is infinite. The infinite proceeds, this infinite proceeds from that infinite. Taking this infinite out of the infinite, it remains infinite. Very meaningful, very powerful words. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.